Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to another day of Kit Conspiracy. This is the final week, and since it's a short week, we are just using leftovers from our kits that we've been using all month long to see what we can make out of them. And truthfully, this was made earlier in the month. I just got carried away using this kit. I loved it so much. So I'm using the Lakeside collection. I'm finishing up the last few photos from the same trip to Utica Reservoir that I was documenting all week long during the third week of Kit Conspiracy. So I really like this plaid paper, and I thought I'd go ahead and use it with the asphalt colored paper. I'm not sure what it's not gray, but it looks like asphalt to me. It's kind of a grayish color, if you will. And so I wasn't really sure what I was going to do here. I'm just playing with the papers and letting them kind of speak to me as I go. I don't really have a plan in mind, but I do know that I need a double page layout because I have several photos that I want to finish documenting. So I thought I would go ahead and rip up some of this paper just because I know that I want some more softer edges. I don't know what word I was looking for there, but I just want a little bit more of the softer edges, a little more rugged looking than, and I don't know how rugged and soft look pair together very well there as a as a description, but softer meaning they're more organic edges, and I'm liking the way that it's looking so far. I don't often do paper ripping, so when I do, it's like, okay, I got to figure out exactly what I'm going to do here to figure it out. But I did really struggle at the beginning of this layout, and you're going to see that here. I left in all of the struggle. I did take out a lot of the time that I just sat looking at it, so you didn't have to look at a screen that had nothing going on. But you're going to see me make a lot of changes here because it took me a long time to figure out how I was going to make this work, because I think the main problem here was I kind of stacked everything up on top of each other too close together. So when I put the photos on top, a lot of my pattern paper is covered. Once I spread it all out, it worked so much better. And so you're going to see that. But before I do that, I'm going to flip it vertically. I'm going to flip the pages the opposite direction. It's just, it took me quite a while for whatever reason. But once I got the paper on there, the embellishing took like no time at all. So I don't know if I was just having an off day, and that does happen sometimes. It happens to the best of us. I mean, not that I'm the best, but it happens to everyone. And I'm not sure if that was it, or if it was, or if I was distracted or what. But something was going on in my mind, and I was just not able to get this layout the way that I wanted on the first go around. And sometimes, that's the way life is. So we don't give up. We just keep going and take another stab at it and try again. And that's rather than just scrapping the whole thing, rather than tossing the whole thing in the trash, I just kept looking at it and trying over and over. But here you get a good idea of what I mean by almost all of the paper was covered up. Like, there's not really a whole lot sticking out there. And I wasn't very happy with that because, I mean, really, I could have used 1 inch of that pattern paper to make that entire stripe across. And I wouldn't have, had to rip anything. I wouldn't have had to, what's the point of having it on there if you're going to cover every single bit up? Now, I say that, and in mixed media, that is often the case. You do a lot of the mixed media, and it does get covered up. But I feel like that's a little bit different because you go in knowing that you're going to cover up a lot of it, but you need it there to support all of the other pieces that you have sticking out from under your photos. But in this case, a lot of it wasn't even sticking out. So here I go again. I'm trying it in a different manner. And then I'm going to even go and cut a piece off and tack it to one of the edges, thinking, well, what if I bring in some from another edge? I just tried everything under the sun, you guys. It was crazy. So here I'm going to pull a piece of this plaid out from underneath. I'm going to tack it in to a different area, and try again. I do end up going back with my original design though. Honestly, I just end up spreading it out more, and that solved the whole problem. And sometimes it is really just a simple fix, you guys. It doesn't have to mean you've reinvented the entire wheel. But it made a huge difference on this layout, and hopefully you can see that it makes a difference. So I apologize that you're watching me just move paper around for an extended period of time and for leaving it in if that annoys you. But I really wanted you guys to see that sometimes it's just a simple fix, and it takes, it takes a long time to figure it out. I did ink everything up with some black distress ink just to make those layers really pop. And as you can see, even that centerpiece, I brought that down lower on the layout. I am going to get rid of that little tiny rectangle that's on the bottom, or right now it's on the top right hand corner, but when I flip it around, it'll be on the bottom right hand corner. I got rid of that piece because I don't need it anymore. I've decided to go a different route to fix it. Thank goodness for this Creative Memories multi-purpose tool. It really helped me to be able to pull all of these things down. I did not need to go underneath that asphalt paper and pull all that up, because where it meets, where this bottom piece is going to meet the papers up above is going to be all covered by those strips of torn paper. So I was able to just cut it there and not have to pull up any more of the papers that were up top. So now when I lay down my photographs, you're going to see it looks a lot different. It looks a lot better, at least in my opinion. Hopefully you think it looks a lot better too. And you can still see a lot of the paper and a lot of the color. And that made me a lot happier. So hopefully it makes a difference to what you're seeing as well. I don't know. It's just a lot more pleasing to the eye. Now, of course, if you didn't have as many photos, then you wouldn't have that problem. I just happen to have a lot of photos. I am trimming this one photo down. I don't really need the added scenery in it. I trimmed it down to a 4x4 because there's all of the scenery in a lot of the other photos, and then plus with all of the other layouts, I didn't need an extra inch of trees and mountain and sky on either side of the group of boys. So I brought the focus in to the boys and trimmed it down so that it also worked better on my layout. I am going to go ahead and adhere everything down just using my ATG, which is great because I can always peel it back and tuck things under if necessary. And that works very well for me because I do like to tuck things in. You may not see that on this layout, but it happens on a lot of my layouts. So I do use a lot of liquid glue, you guys, but with my photos, I don't usually attach them with liquid glue unless they're popped up onto some foam. Now, I don't know what happened here, but I lost a little bit of video. So I am just going to show you here as I finish the layout. I used a couple of the frames, and the upper frame on the left-hand page there, I adhered the word outdoors over the top of it, and then I just pulled in the duck down below and a label. I am sprinkling a little bit of vibrant turquoise Dylusions in each of the corners, as well as some gold Heidi Swap color shine. I did like using the frames. They made it really fast for a lot of the embellishments. That dragonfly is not attached to the frame. It is attached by glue, but it didn't come with the frame on the right hand side. And I swapped out the little word to say wander here. It originally had a different phrase on it, and I added the more to explore to the one in the on the upper left hand side, as well as the butterfly over there. So my title is More to Explore Outdoors, and I really like the little piece that said unplug and unwind, because I really feel like that's what the boys were doing out there. So using a little bit of the faux brads to finish it off, and that's it, you guys. Thanks so much for watching me struggle, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have questions or comments, please feel free to leave them down below. I am always happy to respond. I actually read and respond to every single one of them. So thanks so much for watching. I'll be back again tomorrow with another video to finish out Kit Conspiracy. It'll be our final one. Don't forget to check out what MK has on her channel. Her link is down below for you. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.